So continuation of what we are saying, this is for support and resistance. This is actually one of our main strategy because I made a list of the topics that we are going to be going through, and the strategy is like combination of ICT and what's it called, and support and resistance, which is like something that I created for myself. I mean, we have a lot of traders out there. Some prefer to trade ICT. They call it inner circle trader, I think. So, and some prefer to trade support and resistance, which I believe was propounded by Roger Banks. So, okay, let's look at it. In a normal way, when we're talking about support and resistance, all right, so we have these two things in the market that are very, very popular and common. Support is like a phase or like a certain price that is actually strong enough to buy a certain amount of market. Why the resistance is something to just like resist price from moving further. So let's try to identify this uh in a logical way. So we have resistance. We have resistance. 1 minute. So for us to have resistance over here we're gonna have support. Okay. So now when something supports something, that means it's going to be supporting it to go up. Why the resistance have to like bounce it to the downside. And don't forget, it's just like when you're talking about we have the bulls and then we have the bears in the market. The bulls are the buyers, the bears are the sellers. So now, in this situation now, when we look at this structure, can also have uptrend support and resistance. Don't forget that in the previous video, we did something relating to this. And it's all about this support and resistance as well. Sorry, it's about trend in the market. We can have something of this nature, which is sideways support and resistance, and then again we can have downtrend support and resistance. So you can see that the topics are actually interwoven, so they are moving from one topic to another. All right, so in this situation now we can say this is a what? It's an uptrend support and resistance. Can we see? In one of our next topics, we're going to have something called the chart patterns, so we are not going there yet. And then we are still going to have elaborate knowledge about candlestick patterns, which is more of things that we need to know when it comes to entry. But these are like, I think those are like final stages of learning. But for the first stage now, we just have to understand how we even do spot some certain things in the market that help us to bring together our analysis or, getting to even know what support and resistance. So for this now, I'm going to list this to be resistance, okay, and then this to be support. All right, so this is actually nice. Let's look for some other example. We can still use some other this thing, let's say like gold, some other assets. We can use them. I'm just using it for example, so you don't have to stick with this alone. You can use GJ. Though my favorite pair is GJ because of the way they move together, like inversely with gold. So love them. We have this to be what we called a downtrend support and resistance. I hope we are understanding downtrend support and resistance. All right, so this is awesome, understandable. And then we can just label this to be the resistance, right? We can label it to be the resistance. This one right here. And you can label this to be the support. You can label it to be the support. Fine. So let's look for some other example as well. Like I said earlier, backtesting is one of the main things that can actually help any trader no matter what. So this is still a uptrend support and resistance. I'm just gonna wait until we are able to get one that is a sideways. So let's go to GBP JPY. GBP JPY. So let's see if we can find some other examples because this is one of the main things that we're gonna be looking here. And after much of example, we call it a day for this topic. and then it's gonna be like some reviews of questions and answer, and then we go to the next topic that is very essential for us in alignment with this that we've learned as well. So this is just like it's not necessary that you draw all this thing every time. Once you just draw one, we need to understand that when there is a support, there's always resistance. So let's explore this. What next? Okay, so I have this to be a support, even though I can still draw it to be the support and resistance, and we have the break of structure over here. This is not the topic for today. Over here we have what? We have support, and then we have a resistance. And some other time as well, you can draw it like this, I mean, it's understandable too. Like, this is just support and resistance. And again, we can still draw it out like this. It's support and resistance. And again, we can see, I'm trying to see. Let's go to another asset, USD JPY. Okay, USD JPY. Let's see what we have there as well. And some assets are always like similar, very, very similar. So when you're seeing it, don't be confused, like, oh, what's happening, what's going on, why is it that way, why is it this way, it's nothing bad. And over here, when it comes to support and resistance, we have things we call the H for high, L for low, HH for higher high, LL for lower low, HL for higher low, LH for lower high. So I'm gonna list them out. They are very essential when it comes to this. It's just for theory, but then when you have understanding of them, it will help you as well. So we have the H for the high, we have the L for the low, we have the HH for the higher high, we have the HL for the higher low, we have the LL for the lower low, we have the LH for the lower high. Okay, so now for example, let's say this is low, because we started from here, so that's why I say low. We have low, we have high, we have higher low, we have higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and later on there's a broken structure. So I didn't mean we are coming down like this. It's gonna be in the high, low, higher low, lower low, higher low, lower low, higher low, lower low, something like that. So it's just for theory purpose, for you to understand. Sometimes when I say, okay, we can buy from the lower low, so you can just understand that, okay, maybe let's say the price is here, so the lower low, and then we are approaching something like this, and then we can say we can buy from the lower low. It's still understandable that way. And then for you to know how to bring out all of your structure and market analysis that you need over here. So what else? Sideway. Okay, this is not actually sideways, but it looks like it's ranging, but with the fact that the starting point of the price is different from the end point of the price, so we are going to affirm it to be a uptrend. Okay guys, I would like you to actually explore as well, and get to see more of these things while you do your back testing, because it's really going to help you, like really going to help you, because most of these are combined together when it comes to your psychology, and these that are going to help you in the nearest future of your trading career. Now this is a sideways support and resistance, can you see? And then we have a principle. Okay, like I said before, we call it today, I'll just give us something. We have a principle in trading that deals with support and resistance. So when it comes to support, we believe that we buy. When it comes to resistance, we believe that we sell. So we have this principle saying to us that buy at support, sell at resistance, So when you see a support and resistance, when the price comes back there, then you should do what? You should buy. Now let's check this example out. Let's check it out. Okay. As we know, these are what? These are support. So as to tell you simply that when the market comes back here, we want to do what? Sell. From here, we do what? We buy. we sell, we buy, we sell, we buy. I mean, we've done this a lot of time, even at the early stage, and we still made our money. Though there are gonna be some changes in the later on, but then don't panic about that one yet. So just try to buy at support. Try to get to use your try to get used to this. So we have buy at support. Okay, so we have the sell at resistance. We have sell at resistance. All right. So these two things are very, very common and essential. So let's check one example that I can have here. Can we see we bought here? So let's say resistance created. Let me label this out. Resistance created. Okay. Support created as well. We have resistance confirmed because we already come here, right? So we have support confirmed, right? So we have resistance retested. Can you see that? We retested the resistance over here, and we still did the same thing. We did what? We sold. Retested. So the same thing here, support retested, and we actually have the market ranging over here before we actually sold. So this kind of small range is not uptrend though, because I believe you are not going to be trading 5 minutes time frame. So can you see this like most Asian section? And if you can check the timing over here, you can see and identify that this is an Asian section. We barely trade Asian section. It's not possible because there's not going to be volume. And don't forget, I said something about volume in the previous video. I said volume is about the number of people, active trader, and the market at the time. So please, guys, if there's any question, yeah, don't forget to ask me. Thank you so much.